me record this part. Let me go back to this part.
Work hard and are self-sufficient and don't bother the state.
Let me make a comment.
Trouble the state for money. So I think it's an ideological. And Reeves.
This is the thing, you see. This country has no people working in public service, working in government, working in the civil service, working in institutions like the police, who have integrity, who care about creating a harmonious and prosperous society. No, they're too busy peddling their ideological, nonsensical ideals that are completely out of sync with the realities on the ground and what people really want. People don't want the mass surveillance state. People don't want the authoritarian IS Islamic State fucking type of policing. The morality police. That's why you're in there. You've irked these rodents. You're in there because you wear a headscarf, but you smoke. You wear a headscarf, but hey, you're free to have one-night stands if you want. You wear a headscarf. And you're sort of a bit sort of rebellious. You're a bit of an outlier. You wear your headscarf, but you drink, you smoke, you rave, whatever. With your headscarf on, you wouldn't even care anyway. You feel comfortable with your headscarf, but they don't. It irks them, you see. We've got weak fucking bozos like Mark Rowley running the police, giving them everything they want.
The report couldn't have leaked it. And I don't know what you think, and I'd be interested to know your perspective on this, but I think genuinely Starmer and Reeves knew they had a problem with the backbenchers. So a lot of the budget, I don't think the numbers were as bad as everybody expected them to be, but I think the ideology that's driven this comes from their backbenchers. It's a sort of Fabian ideology, and it's misguided in that they are, as we say, going to benefit probably largely immigrants with big families who are going to get the benefit of this two-child cap change. And they are effectively going to punish people who work hard and are self-sufficient and don't bother the state or trouble the state for money. So
the state has been turned into some form of animal farm breeding ground just for votes, just to churn out votes that they're never going to get, because now we have your salty sultanas and Jeremy bloody needs to be on his way. He needs to go and hit the fucking cobbled fucking roads, yeah? They've emboldened all of this nonsense, and then the Green Party came along and they've rebranded themselves as the Islamist Party as well. Yeah, when these things fall out of trend, and we've reached a pinnacle point whereby the natives are so enraged that, forget Rupert Lowe, forget Nigel Farage, but we have a real loose cannon. A Mussolini 2.0 coming along and doing exactly what Hitler did, exactly what Stalin did, exactly what Mussolini did, exactly what Franco did, exactly what Idi Amin did, exactly what Pol Pot did. They will go out there and give him their backing without knowing or being fully aware of what these things could entail. The ones on the far right will have a knowing. The ones on the far left will be absolutely clueless. They'll be carrying on with their petulant bullshit until one day you've got a situation whereby, an emulator of your Hitlers might come about. The gulags of Stalin might really be sort of constructed. And things like firing squads might be the norm. But yes, let them carry on. Let them try and encourage more sort of dilution of the culture, of the society, of its values, of its sense of cohesion and identity in the name of votes. Why not? Let's give Zara Sultana, with her salty, sort of disturbed, sort of peace, sort of energy that she comes with. Let's give her, a few Scooby snacks and usher this policy in, yes. And all the backbenchers, yes. They're going to be like the fodder for these gulags at the end of the day. That's what's going to happen here. They're absolute retards. They're stupid. And they fear this man. It's not this man they need to fear. Everything he says is reasonable. He wants to reclaim his own nation. What's so disturbing about that? He's a nationalist, he's a patriot. It's his country. It's his country. He has every right to be.